Please do. A lot of wisdom.
You know, a lot of it too is like I'm not a New Yorker, so
How are you?
Sunday ticket. I was just looking at that.
Direct TV.
We were just saying Jim Seahawks are playing my Bengals right now. So
Jim, you're a Yankee guy too, right?
Our guys are trying to get you guys down to Direct TV studio. So
It's not bad when you make the playoffs in a rebuilding year. He's limping around like
it's kind of a surprising.
That was a move. That was a man in the suit move.
Oh yeah.
I
thought that was fair.
It was within the rules, but it was kind of dirty. I don't know. I'm a Phillies fan. I'm a Chase Utley fan.
He's old school.
Yeah,
my wife's a Phillies fan.
It's tricky though. Anyway.
I loved the season finale. I loved the last image of you guys walking in slow motion to the "Welcome to the Machine" song playing in the background. What's Reese's mindset now going into the 5th season? He looked so dedicated to saving the machine. What's going to happen now?
Well, the machine is the lifeline to our team. It is the brain and soul of the team. And his job as an operator is to do very little and complete the operation, to get Finch to believe in the cause again, that I have done much more with much less, and assembling the team and trying to reach out and find a way to get shot back in the group. However, caution, because what has Samaritan done? The power of Samaritan is not just little 20% where it's exponential. It's going into everything, but which is okay because it leaves us no choice but to attack it, to find a way to end it.
And how are you going to top that? That was such a great scene.
That really, we've been waiting to use that song for a long time. It really worked out great. Chris Fisher did the finale, and he's floating around the room somewhere, and he's doing the premiere as well. And we pick up in real time, right? And we just shoot you out of a cannon. And each one of our guys is being hunted down. It's a disparate team, and what's going to happen is the premiere involves himself in examination and understanding the state of his machine now, where it is, and the mistakes that he's made that's led up to this point. We're going to see some flashbacks when Harold made some of these decisions, and I think it's up to Reese's character to, when Harold is losing faith, when he's losing his ability to see any light at the end of the tunnel, it's his friend who picks him up, and he says, "We can do this," and find a way to reconstitute this thing. And Finch thinks even if we get a heartbeat, we don't know what happened to the brain. So what good will it do? And we're so far behind. But I think it's in those moments when a friend can pick up another friend and say, "We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out." And I think there's a really cool scene when the two characters meet up again in the premiere that I love. And I won't ruin it. It's reminiscent of the last time Harold saw Ingram.
So
Ethan Ingram.
sort of bittersweet.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet, but I think there's a lot of fun in the episode too. It's really just almost straight action, or at least a teaser. I know, and I think the challenge for all our guys this season is, like Jim said, how do you go up against something that's got its tentacles and everything now? We've seen that Samaritan is it's messed around with the general election. It's Wall Street. It's fooling around with the food supply. It's almost insidious in how it's operating. And I think everything we do on the show, believe it or not, we try to ground it in some reality, how that would actually happen when that happens. And I think that's what makes the show unique, and clearly so, because there's at least 3 shows ripping us off this fall.
As for Reese, I think his origin finished when Carter died. That was almost like his moment. Could you talk about Reese in the post-Carter world?
My relationship with her, or after her?
After. What did that turn Reese into? Did that complete his journey to being a hero?
don't know. I think that lesson learned in that was many times we don't tell the people that we love, that realize how much we love them until they're gone. And I think that was one of the hardest parts for him in that one. I think what drives him though is to make up for that by some way of reparation to save as many lives as he can, and for the others to be a better man, to try to look. There's a part of him. He's a bully killer, and or a revenge guy. And every time he shoots some guy in the knee, it's just that much where he wants to put it right through their head. Because he's capable of not missing most of the time. So I think the show does a great job of dealing with that. But at this point, how Carter's death inspires him is to invigorate Finch. He said, come on, we've done much more with a lot less, and there's so much at stake here. If Finch doesn't hold up his end, we're lost. But I'm willing to carry mine at this point. That's how that has inspired, invigorated him.
So they can take turns being each other's rock for a while.
The team has to, I mean, you look at today, NFL football day, the best teams that win are the teams that come together. And the closeness of that is more than money or anything that one can come up with. The intangible is the love between each other. That you talk to the Miami Dolphins in 1974, 3 or whatever, when they went undefeated. The point being is that togetherness was worth fighting for. I think that's a good analogy for what the team machine needs to be, wants to be. But ultimately, the machine, I think, is going to have to say to those individuals, I can't do everything. You created me, but you have, if you are who you say you are, you have to have that faith in each other to carry on.
So would you say that sort of one of the underlying themes about a show about artificial intelligence is, and computer-human interaction, is the importance of family and togetherness?
You can't have, a machine can't do everything for you. Can't tell you how to love. Can't tell you how to treat others or whatnot. You programmed me. You did this. You said this, and it will never take place of, I can get my remote control. When they first came in, and wouldn't it be great if I could just sit there and flip the channels? Somebody thought about that, and eventually that happened. But still at the end of the day, without that group coming together, you're empty inside.
So, if this is really truly the end, how would you want people to remember Impressive Interest? What is sort of your most proudest moment, if you will, about the show, and what do you hope people carry into
on multiple levels? I would say, one, we did things that nobody else did. We thought about this. If I was a student at Stanford and I was forging, they caught me forging, I would say, but that's flattering.
Well, I think our legacy would be when Samaritan finally makes Donald Trump president. I'm not sure that people will realize what has finally happened with artificial intelligence. But no, I think what's really cool about the show for me is being able to pull off a serialized larger part of broadcast television. I think that a lot of people disregard broadcast TV because they think it's standalone television. Just when you miss an episode, you'll catch the next one. You really can't do that with our show. And the last guy I remember doing it really, really well was Anderson. It almost killed me. And I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to keep track of that larger story and be building and trying to top yourself.
You don't realize how hard.
So how do you feel like this condensed season is going to affect the pace and the serialization of the show.
The great part of doing 13 is that suddenly it feels like a cable show. This is nuts.
You're in good company.
15.
Everyone's dead tired. Usually,
It's very focused.
Yeah.
This year is very focused.
Very focused. And it's brutal. We don't have to shoot in the winter.
Well, on behalf of a bunch of old fans, don't hurt the dogs. Okay, don't hurt the
Dog will be the
dogs.
last one standing.
All right.
Can we get a picture, you guys, before you head on here? Thanks, guys.
Wherever you're going, get there safely.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well done on the show. Fantastic.
Thank you.